Hello, everybody. This week, our topic is on reaction size. Reaction size goes along with the size of the problem. So, we'll do a little bit of review with the size of the problem. You guys are all really good about that, but we'll work on what should our reaction size be when we have a problem. Because we didn't have school on Monday, this week is a little bit different. And so today, on Tuesday, you're going to be watching this video and adding just a quick discussion post instead of doing our Tuesday Flipgrid assignment. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will look exactly the same. So Wednesday, you'll have a worksheet. Thursday, you will do a Kahoot. And then Friday, we'll meet for a Google Meetup as classes. And so if you are having issues with Google Meets, please contact me as soon as you can. We will get it straightened out. And if the timing doesn't work for you, there's a possibility that you can join in another class. So just keep me posted. But we have been having really a lot of fun meeting up as a group. So on Friday, please come and hang out with us for 25 minutes or so. So you can see your classmates virtually. All right, so here's just a quick review on the size of the problem. So if we remember, every problem can be kind of in one of these problem sizes. A small problem is something pretty minor that usually only affects you. A medium problem is something that might affect a couple people. A big problem is a disaster. That's the word that I like to use, disaster. So if we want to know how we can tell the difference between the size of the problem, this is what we need to consider. So first, a small problem you can usually solve on your own. It's usually only going to affect yourself. Sometimes it can affect 1 to 2 people, but it's usually only going to affect you. An example of a small problem would be if you forgot an assignment at home and you weren't able to turn it in. Now, I don't want you to be confused with emotions. So if I left something at home and it was really important, I would be so mad at myself. I'd be so frustrated that I forgot it. So that is still a small problem, okay? I will have a really big emotion to that, and that's okay. The problem is still small. The problem is still small, even if I have a big emotion. That is a really hard concept for a lot of students to understand, that even if I feel very strongly about it, we still have to make sure that we're looking at the size of the problem. How many people is it affecting, and can you solve it on your own? A medium problem is you might need a little bit more help. You might be able to solve it on your own, and the help that you get doesn't even maybe have to be an adult. A medium problem usually affects a few people. An example of a medium problem would be like if your um, window broke in your house. If you and your brother were playing baseball in the house and you broke a window. It is a medium problem. It's a little bit more serious than a small problem. Again, you can have a huge emotion to that. You can be so embarrassed, so upset, so mad, so scared that you're going to get in trouble, but it's still a medium problem. It's only going to affect a few people, probably your family. You're going to need help. You're going to have to tell your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa that you accidentally broke a window and it's going to need fixing. You're probably not going to be able to pay for it, so you're going to need some financial help as well. And so that is a medium problem if it's affecting a few people, and also if you need help to solve the problem. And then finally, a big problem is what I like to say, that disaster problem. So these are problems that are deaths, fires, hurricanes, tornadoes. This is going to affect many people, and these are things that only adults can solve. Only adults can solve issues like this. I think in my first week video, we talked about how a big problem right now is coronavirus or COVID-19. That is a big problem. Those are things that only adults are solving right now. And so we have to remember that, yes, we are probably going to have really big emotions for all of these size of the problems, and we can, and that's okay. But we want to make sure that we are having the correct reaction size, which is what the topic of the week is, reaction size. So how am I going to react to these problems? So here's a nice graphic for you, a visual for you to help kind of understand what kind of reaction should I have during these small, medium, and big problems. So again, for the small problem that I used, that you forgot something at home, it is okay to be upset behind the scenes. Maybe I'm even going to cry about it because I'm so embarrassed, but I'm probably going to go in the bathroom, or I'm probably going to just not show my feelings very much on the outside, because I don't want people to have weird or uncomfortable thoughts about me. I'll probably keep those feelings to myself or to people that I trust. Maybe I won't break out and cry in front of the whole class, but I will maybe take a break, breathe, self-talk, try and get through it on my own, and then maybe just ask for help to get through those emotions. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to run out of the classroom and slam the door, scream. I'm not going to do those things because those are big reactions. And I want my reactions to match my small problem. For the medium problem, I said that you broke a window. So we're definitely going to have to ask for help. You are going to, again, breathe, self-talk, and take a break to get through those big emotions. I'm not going to, again, have big reactions. I'm not going to yell, scream, blame other people. I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to have a big reaction to my medium problem because I want to stay calm. I want to use my tools so I can help solve the problem. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to ask for help, and that is going to be a very expected reaction. Big problem, like a fire. A fire would be a really big problem. I'm going to get help immediately. And this is one of the times where it would be very, very expected of you to yell, scream, or cry in front of other people. People will have very comfortable thoughts about you if you do those things. Those are what is expected in these situations because only adults can solve those. And again, this is a time where we're going to have some of those really big emotions. We're going to be really scared or really frightened, really nervous, really sad, very mad, angry. It's okay to have all those big emotions, and it's okay to show them during big problems. So these are just, again, some other examples of how we can associate reaction size to problem size. It looks like a lot, but it'll go by really quick. So a small problem would be I lost progress on the game that I was working on. Just happened with my son. He was able to solve it by himself. It only affected him. He was able to self-talk and then try again, and he's still working on some of those levels that he already had beat. It was very expected, and I expected him to feel very angry and frustrated. What he did not do is have a big reaction size. So he didn't scream, he didn't run, he didn't slam the door. He just spoke to me about how angry and frustrated he was. Very expected reaction. Even though it was a small problem, he showed me very small reaction. A medium problem, an example would be if your phone was stolen from your locker. You're going to need some help. It's going to affect a few people because you're going to probably need to talk to a teacher or an admin and your parents. You're going to help solve the problem. You're going to have to say, this is where my locker is. This is where I saw it last. This might be who stole it. Whatever. You're going to help solve that problem along with an adult. And then you're going to use calming strategies to help you through those emotions. So if someone stole my phone, yeah, I'd be really, really mad, as I'm sure most of you would be really mad. But if I lose my temper and if I go to a 10 and I scream and yell and punch a hole in the wall and slam the doors, I won't be able to help solve the problem. I need to use some of my calming strategies and only show medium-sized reactions to my medium problem. Last, if there's a fire in the kitchen, only adults can solve that. And many people are going to be involved. They're going to have your family, firefighters, police officers, kind of depends on how big the fire is, but it is a very dangerous situation, and so many people would be involved in that. It is going to be very expected that I feel terrified, that I scream, I cry, I run away. Those are things that people would have very comfortable thoughts if they saw me react that way. And I'm definitely going to need help, and only adults can help solve those things. I also want to make a note that it would be weird if I had very small reactions to my big problems. If there was a fire and I did nothing and I just tried to self-talk through it, that's going to be even more of a disaster, right? And so I have to make sure that I'm exactly matching my reaction size to the problem size. Do they match? So every time you come across a problem, which is going to be a million times a day, a ton of times you run into problems. I ran out of toothpaste. The hot water wasn't working in the shower. I'm late for work. You come up with many, many problems throughout the day, and you usually get through them by using the matching reaction size. Okay. Sometimes we lose control, and then we have a different kind of reaction size, and that is what is unexpected. Okay, so when I can't get enough hot water, I'm not going to scream and yell at my sister because she sat in the shower for 35 minutes. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to try and come up with a different solution. Maybe I can shower later, whatever it is. So that is how we match, or how we want to match, the size of the problem to the reaction size. And that, again, is so that people have really that have very comfortable thoughts about us, because we're going to meet the expectation. That's going to be kind of it for reaction size. I'm going to come in and also show you this worksheet. So on Wednesday, I have this worksheet for you to work on, but I wanted to give some examples before I let you go. So in this first section, it's saying these are the problems, and what I want you to do is tell me the size of the problem, and then what should your reaction be. If you were just paying attention at all to the PowerPoint, you're going to know that these two should be the same because we want it to match, right? And so you lose progress on a game you've been playing for months. What is that size of the problem? We talked about how that was a small problem size. So what should the reaction be? Well, I hope that you're going to have a small reaction to that as well. Okay? You're going to finish those. List some expected reaction sizes to match these problem sizes. So what kind of things would be expected reactions to a small problem? Well, I can have as many feelings as I want, right? But I'm probably going to have those feelings to myself. So I'm probably going to use strategies to help calm my feelings. That's a good enough way. You can use there's many different expected reactions that you can use for those, but that's just an example. An example for the medium one would be ask for help. That would definitely be an expected reaction to a medium problem. If you had a huge problem, it would be okay if I yelled. It would be okay if I screamed or ran away. And then the spotted one is just give an example of a time when your reaction size didn't match your problem size, okay? If your mom didn't get you the right ice cream from the grocery store and you yelled at her, that is an example. When have you maybe not acted the way that you should because you maybe lost control and your reaction size was not matching your problem size? So if you need any help, let me know, but those are just some examples, and I'm glad I could talk through that with you. That's all I have today. I hope you have a great week. I will see you on Friday.